Okay, now we're going to take a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Black Ranger, which I kind of teased in the previous video with the Zordon and Alpha 5 2-pack. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging here, which, is standard to your Power Rangers Lightning Collection boxes. We have the artwork of the character that we have in this packaging. On the side, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Mighty Morphin Black Ranger, 4+ for the age limit. Warning, choking hazard. On this side, we have the rest of that nice artwork with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers there. On this side of the packaging, it's the exact same thing. Onto the back of the packaging, and here we've got a promotional shot of the Black Ranger housing his blaster, or should I say his power axe in its cannon form. It's got a special effect. We'll get into that very shortly, and that's about it. I mean, there's no bio or anything still on these packages. Okay, so with that out of the way, I'll lower the camera so we can look at the Black Ranger, which of course this is Zach, as by his alternate head sculpt here will consist of. It kind of looks like him. A lot of people have trashed this quite a bit, but I find a charm to it in such a way that it does look like his Season 2 style, especially his hair. Looks okay. It's not perfect. It's not meant to be. It is what it is. Kind of difficult to go back and rescan old photos of very old characters from a very old show, which pretty much started it all. Modern takes, pretty much easier. Old-fashioned takes, not so much. Anyway, deal with it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. I'm going to go ahead and remove his helmet here so I can show you that it does actually fit on like a glove, as he says. But he goes about dealing with this pretty rough. There we go. Okay. Whoa. Snapped his neck, didn't I? Alright, so anyway, let's get up close. Now you can see, looks pretty good. I'm glad he's got an extension here with his neck, because most of the time when it comes to these lightning figures, they don't have a neck, if you know what I'm talking about. The hole in the head or the helmet is just way too big, to the point where it just goes so deep inside whichever head it is that I'm talking about here, and it just really, when they sit on the neck, it just hides. For the most part, they're getting better at this now. As you can see, the Black Ranger does have a neck, so I'm very happy about that. Not much to go into detail about this design overall. It is your standard Mighty Morphin take with the diamonds, of course, on the gloves, on the boots, on the chest, on the back. Right, he does have his blade blaster in blaster form, as you can see. We'll just keep that in there. Does have a little paint on it. Specially included with this figure, and only this figure as far as I know, he does have another blade blaster, but it's in its sword mode. And it does have some paint here. Silver. Yes, silver for the blade. One problem with this weapon though, I don't know if this actually sculpted too short, or if it's just because of his hands that he has here. He cannot really hold this thing. That's it. That's about as good as I can actually get it in his hands, and that's a huge disappointment. So we're just going to put that aside before I throw it somewhere, just for that reason alone. Also available with the Black Ranger is, of course, his power axe, which does have some paintwork on it. The yellow, all of the yellow on this axe is solid. It does look pretty good. You don't see the black from underneath it. Nothing's bleeding. Looks great. Especially the silver. Looks amazing. Nice. It does articulate as it, it transforms from one mode to the next. And on this copy of mine is really a challenge to move this thing, but it can be done. Which I'm glad it's actually pretty tight, because on the San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack of the Mighty Morphin Armored Red Ranger and Gold Zeo Ranger, the, I'm about to say Howling Cannon, but I don't want to say that. The Power Blaster combination doesn't peg in too securely because of this bit here. It is too loose. So I'm glad it's tight on this one. Anyway, now that I got it in an axe form, we'll go ahead and put that in his hands here so you can get an idea. It's not too big, not too small. It looks great. I'm actually impressed. And we do have that blast effect piece, which we have seen before in the past. Still looks like a pumpkin shooting something out of its ASS. But, that's just me. Yeah, so anyway, it can peg in if I were to put this in blaster form, or maybe I just want this hovering. I don't know why I did that, but it's just funny to me. Anyway, that's it. Not much else to really show off here, so we'll go through the articulation real quickly. Standard to the Lightning Collection, ball joint at the head, and we got a hinge joint at the neck. Universal shoulder joints, that is free moving on this figure, unlike some other Rangers, which is kind of difficult without the fear of breaking. We do have a butterfly joint. Oh, by the way, it also does rotate full 360. No problem. Okay, so we do have a bicep swivel cut. Double jointed elbows. It gets more than 90 degrees of play. Wrist rotation. We also have a hinge joint for inward and outward movement. Upper ball jointed torso. We also have an ab crunch that gets this much going back because for some reason it's stuck, but this way it goes forward quite a bit. So, oh, he's been hit. Anyway, let's fix that. Get in there. There. Okay. Now that it's back to its orientation, we'll go back to this. We do have actually ball jointed hips to get this much kicking forward. You can get that much going back, which isn't much at all. You can get a split, but no, you know what split. We'll leave it at that. We have thigh swivel cut. Double jointed knees, which is nice. We have rotation at the boot. We also have that ankle rocker pivot, which is out of place because I was actually supposed to go with the hinge joint for up and down movement before that. But there's your articulation points. And overall, I really do like this figure. If anything, the Black Ranger really has grown on me. And it just keeps getting better and better. And overall, I gotta be honest, this costume here, for some reason, pops a lot more than any of the other Rangers. And that's including the Green Ranger. Surprisingly, that's the way it is for me. So I don't know what's happening. It's just, the older I get, things change around here. Just like my taste buds. Anyway, let's do a size comparison to wrap this up here. So here's our next Lightning figure we might be looking at. Depending on the order. But yeah, we do have a Wave May here, which is in Space Yellow Ranger. Again, we'll look at her when it comes up, but yeah, we got a lot to talk about there. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up now. Maybe we'll do an entire group shot when the rest of the wave comes out, or by that I mean the rest of the Mighty Morphin team. We still need a proper Green Ranger to wrap this up. I mean, if you can find this figure, by all means pick him up. He's nice and a great addition to the Lightning collection without any loose joints. Great paint application. There's been a little bit of some nitpicking here with his buckler, as you can see here. Yeah, the red is actually missing here. It's all just painted up in gold, but I think it looks a lot better that way. And, you know, if it's really a big issue, I could always fix it up myself. It's simple. Just need to get a red Sharpie. So, with that said, if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of the video. If you like today's video review, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to give me a sub up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. Don't forget to throw in the towel. And until then, my friends, this is Red's Power signing off, saying see you next time. Thanks for watching. Ooh.